And welcome to the exciting conclusion of the first round here at the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Prodigy Discs. I'm your host, Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy, here with the commentary, the single camera, single commentary action with Paige Pierce on the tee for the back nine, hole number 14. And starting off the back nine right by parking it in this 246-foot par 3. And Jennifer plays the double kick. That's going to keep her in the center of the fairway. Heather Zimmerman, our amateur world champion from earlier in the year, all but parking this hole. And Ashleh Baumann playing that left side Anheuser skip. Pulling out another trick here. She's going to then approach with the forehand. Jennifer with an easy approach, making it look easy. And Heather's going to card the birdie two here to open the back nine. Just about 80 women in this A pool. They started at 11 a.m. We're at Wing Deer Park. A little fist bump. Jen's going to congratulate Paige on her park job here. Again, what a way to start the back.
That's an easy putt.
Mm-hmm. And we're moving to hole 15. This is a par 4. And Paige Pierce has unloaded. What a drive by Pierce. Heather's is going to hyzer out on the left side. Front nine had absolutely no wind, and the same can be said as we're moving into the back. It's relatively humid, highs in the mid 80s or so. And again, we're in Johnson City for the start here of the 2017 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. This is a PDGA major and a record-breaking one at that this year. Ashley's gone from the left side now to the right side. Here's where that forehand comes into play. Heather with an ultimate background, as you can tell by many of her stylistic throws. This is a par 4, so Jennifer's putting herself right next to the pin, trying to card the birdie. And this is Paige, more than 50 feet deep of the basket. She's got this for eagle.
That was absolutely terrible.
She says it was terrible, and here she still has 40 or so feet. Oh, no problem. She'll still card the birdie. I was a little bit nervous there as she was lining up originally an eagle. Not a great approach. She still walks away with the par. Correction, she walks away with the birdie. Heather here is going to walk away with the par, being that it is a par 4. Jennifer for a 3. That's going to be a nice birdie. Ashleh will tap in. And Paige is going to do the same. Not a bad start. We've got 4 birdies in 8 opportunities here on the back. And thanks to Dan and Annette Harbeck, this is a accuracy long drive competition. The white line that goes down the center of the fairway. You are trying to keep it as close to the center of the fairway as possible. So they actually measure not only how far you throw, but then subtract from how far off the line you are. And I know he's giving away more than $500 in cash and prizes. So thank you to Dan and his wife Annette Harbeck. Very generous and supportive of the disc golf community. They consider this a par 5. One might argue that would be what Nate Sexton would say is a soft par.
Up, Jen. Up.
Definitely a par 4. Jen knows she needs to get it up, and Heather's keeping it nice and low to the ground. I think that's going to be a smart play. There is a little room on this left side. I'm not sure that tree was all too bad. I think that was going to carry left on her towards the shoal. And Paige in a pretty good position, and the basket's just up there by the wood chips. Paige not much shorter than some of the other women who had already thrown 2, so her distance definitely playing to her advantage. Jen's going to be inside the circle with that. And fighting up that left side. A little forehand action. Played nicely. Great to have such a tool in your bag so that you're standing there with a standstill, or you may have awkward footing. And Paige for eagle 3 just tickles the chains. And Jen from much closer, unfortunately, does the same. Easy birdie for Heather. Very fun course out here in Johnson City, Winged Deer Park. If you get a chance, make sure you come out and try it out. Great disc golf community, lots of enthusiasm. Tim, the tournament director, and the rest of his staff have certainly rolled out the red carpet for all of the women to come participate. Paige continues to tear up the back. I move to the catch position here on hole 17. Oh, don't hit me in the head. Excuse me. Sorry, Paige. She hit the tree directly above my head. Had it not hit the tree, it would have carried to the basket, but probably at least 50 feet past it. And this is a great turn coming just past me in the trees. And there, even that going at least 50 feet deep. And not much of a line at it from there. A little bit slower forehand. And that's just right of the pin. Great shot by Jennifer. And this one's nice and low if it can play the skip. And it's done so. A little bit of roll, a little bit of sweet action here. And Paige, who's been in all sorts of positions here during the round. She thanked her caddy Nate for having her step out and look to the left. It was a much easier approach than it was to the right, and that's when I said, well, actually, I noticed that hole, and I'm glad that she took it because it was a much higher percentage shot. Sweet putt. That's to save her par. Jennifer's got to look at birdie. She'll have to keep looking, unfortunately. It's a good par save. The groups have been flowing along quite nicely out there, even though there has been a number of foursomes and fivesomes. Paige will clean up for her par. We're moving on to hole 18. Paige in a great position, sitting at 6 under par with a few to play. And that is left side. Looks like a little early release. And trying to follow her is Heather. However, she gets a great kick back out into the center of the fairway. And Jennifer, I thought, was going up that same side, and all of a sudden starts fighting through and gets all the way through to the right side. She'll have a look to get up and down from there. This hole coming in at 364 feet. That was going to be so good had it not caught that last tree branch. There's a look at the basket on the left side. And Paige fighting for every inch of it there. That looked a little bit of a early release, a little bit of a yank. Solid approach. And Jennifer rewarded with a standstill approach, putting herself to within 25 of the pin. Paige for the par is just a bit short. Uphill putt, got to get it a little bit higher. From my angle, I had no idea how that came out. It looked to be just a bit left. There's a good save there by Jennifer. The women are going to tap in. They're going to have just holes 1 through 4 to complete the round. Paige is going to walk away with the bogey, giving one back, moving to 5 under.
I think it's easier than walking the road.
Hole 1 at 225 feet. Plays at least 250, if not maybe more like 260. Paige going right up the middle.
Yeah. Nice.
And park job. I believe it was just before the event. The club and organization had worked with the city to get brand new tee pads here at the course, and they did a phenomenal job with it. Brand new cement tee pads on, I believe, every single hole. Stand still with her back to the uphill basket. And Heather, she's fighting out of that right side. And although there's not a lot of trees or bushes here in the fairway, if you're off the fairway at all on this hole, you're going to be challenged. Paige has the 3-foot tapper. Getting back after the bogey on 18. She's in command of the card. Just looking for a strong finish. Just 3 to play. ...246 feet. You gotta miss that tree. Paige wasn't sure that she was going to.
Sure. Awesome.
But certainly missed it, and she's gonna have a look from that left side. Jen with a great run, but at 246, slightly downhill. That might be a little bit too much mustard on it. Leave in the comments, what is the #1 thing you put mustard on? These are the pressing questions that I need to know here.
Yeah.
Paige has got a great look here at another birdie. I'm not sure she fully committed to that one. solid putt. Walking away with a birdie 2 on hole 2 for Heather. Jennifer's looking uphill at her birdie. I just can't quite get one to drop here today. Just going to clear up, get out of the way. Paige, weak left side, but she'll card the par on her scorecard. Ashleh is ready to cash in on the bird, and she's done just that. Closest to the pin in the group. Just 2 left to play. This one also is technically downhill, but not quite as much. It's also a little bit longer. Coming in at 280 feet, and if there's a gap to hit, I'd say that's it. A great looking turnover shot.
Oh my God.
Just like we saw on hole number 18. That's a very early release there by Paige. She's got a lot of work to do to get up and down to save a par. Whoa. I'm not, that's not an intended route there, Jennifer. She knows she got away with one. She joked about somehow taking that very skinny route on the left side as Paige is trying to fight her way down the fairway. She gets up and throws very quickly. Barely caught the shot. And certainly frustrated here. I knew there'd be a layup there by Heather, but it was even a little quicker than I anticipated. And a good looking run there by Jennifer. Nope, this isn't deja vu. This isn't the hole before. I know the green looks very similar. Everybody's going to tap in. Final hole of the opening round coming up. As we check the live scoring at about this time during the round, I see the other hot scores look to be somewhere in the -4 to -7 area. So Paige is certainly right in contention with those scores. And very safe out into that wide left side. Again, I've got to thank all of Team MVP, Jennifer and the rest of the crew back at MVP and Axiom for the support here of the video blog coverage. Paige turns that right. Oh, she needs it to get lucky, and instead she gets out of bounds. One of the many spotters and helpers that were out there. Thank you guys so much for your support. Here's a great looking run by Jennifer. But Paige has now gone out of bounds. And unless she can pull off a hero jump putt, she's lunging. It's running. A little left for her even. Not the strong finish that she normally would have. That's going to tap in for the bogey 4. That's going to move her to just 4 under for the round. And Jennifer is looking to finish off with a par. She was so close to so many birdie opportunities. I'm sure she's hoping to clean a few of those up come the rest of the weekend. Ashleh was great to have on the card. Also a pleasure meeting her. The only player I hadn't previously met or filmed before. And our AM World Champion is going to tap in. We'll put her -1 for the round. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Thanks to MVP and the PDGA for the opening round.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Jennifer Sawyer with Team MVP out here at Winged Deer Park, and a couple of my main go-tos today were definitely my Vanish. It's a flippy driver that I can manipulate. Hyzer, it flips up, it can finish right, it can finish left if I need to. The MV is always my most thrown disc, and anything 200 and under I pretty much throw it on. And then my J-Saw Soft Atom, because putters are important.